Good afternoon, my Stitchy friends. This is Faith Slagle, and this is Stitching at the Barn. Thank you so much for joining me and coming back to see what I've been up to in the last month. And I want to thank all my subscribers, those that continue to come back and watch, and any of the new ones. I have a few new ones that have come back or that have joined us, and I hope that you find something that will pique your interest and maybe make you go and pull something out crafty that you want to do. So I have quite a few things to share. And as busy, I've been watching my Flosstubes that I usually watch, and a few that I've watched over the last little bit, and I have my regulars that I watch, and then I pick up some new ones, and so I have my long list of people. But there's a couple I'm going to mention this time, and the ones I want to mention this time is Shelly from the Antique Needleworkers. If you haven't watched her, you need to go watch. She is really, really good. She's very inspirational. I just really enjoy listening to her, and especially her Maker's Moment. That's a very special time, and to see all of her work. And her husband had heart surgery, so I'm praying that he's doing better. And so Shelly, I really enjoy watching her. And then the Floss Boss and Cousin, Chrisy and Callie. You just need to go watch them. If you want to have a good laugh for the day, you just need to watch them. They are such a joy as they banter back and forth between each other and show their work. They're just really sweet. I just enjoy watching them so much. And then Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. Now, I love to quilt, but I don't put the quilt tops together. But she makes some wonderful quilts, wonderful quilts. And I just really enjoy watching all the quilts that she puts together, plus all of her cross-stitching that she does too. I enjoy that from her. And then the last one is one, everybody knows Brenda and the Cereal Starter, Brenda and Laura. I enjoy watching them. Again, they're banter back and forth between each other. Now, they do a lot of samplers. Samplers are not my thing. Most of the things they work on are things that I don't work on, but I just love looking at them. I love their work. I just love it. It may not be what I do. Everybody has their own taste, and I just enjoy looking at what they do. And I never want to miss their episodes. Never. I just love to watch them. And Brenda's house, I believe it's Brenda's house that they do the filming in. She has all those samplers on her wall. They are just beautiful. Not my kind of stitching, but they are beautiful. So I really enjoy them. So those are a few that I have been, that I like to watch, that I wanted to name this time. Well, what have I been doing? Well, today's been a busy day. I finally got to plant some flowers on my front porch, and it's been windy. If I show my pieces and my nails look terrible, that's why I've been out there digging in the dirt, and they look awful today. I've been trying to keep up with my card making and my letter writing, and I've been really busy here lately. I also work with a group called Gospel Echoes, and I grade Bible tests for people that are for men. There's a few women, but mostly men that are in prison. I grade their Bible lessons and send them back to them. So that keeps me pretty busy too. And then at the end of April, my husband and we flew from Oklahoma City to Portland, Oregon to get on a river cruise. And we followed the same waters that Lewis and Clark did when they were in the West. And we went through 7 locks. That was very interesting to do. And we were on the Columbia River and the Snake River. And at times we were in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. That's where we ended up. Here's a picture of the river cruise that we were on. It's not as big as a cruise line. It only had, well, 5 floors, but 5 decks, but that's what we were on. It's called the American Cruise Line. And it was small. There were only 175 of us on it, and there were no children on it. And it was just a really, really nice cruise. You had tours. I think we had something to do, a tour to go on every day but one. And so we really enjoyed it. And some of the things that, places that we stopped at, my thing whenever I stop somewhere is to get an ornament. And so one of the places we stopped at was Cape Disappointment. That was one of the ornaments that I got. And of course we saw a lighthouse there. And another one was, oh, let's see, Clatsop. I think I'm saying that right, Fort Clatsop. This was where William and Clark, they had built a fort on their expedition. This was in Oregon. They had built a fort and they had stayed there. So we got to tour that. And it says on the back of it that at this place, we had wintered and lived as well as we had in any right to expect. So that was that one. And then, let me do this one first. Then this one was kind of disappointing. I've always wanted to get up close to Mount St. Helens. We went and drove, and it was so foggy. We could not see it. But I still got an ornament, Mount St. Helens. So we went there. Then the last place we did, we took a smaller boat and we got to go up the Columbia River, and we got to go to what they call Hell's Canyon. And that was beautiful. That was just beautiful. Or maybe that was a Snake River. I can't keep them straight. But anyways, we went there. So that was beautiful. So I've got my little ornaments that I can hang up. I've got 2 little trees, and I hang all the places that we've been. And so that's a couple that I can add to my trees. And then we flew home from Lewiston, Idaho on Wednesday, May the 1st. And I'll try to, maybe at the end or right in here, I'll add some pictures to it. And of a couple things that we did. My husband took more pictures than I did, but I'll try to add a few. All right. Other than that, that's basically been it. And while I was on the cruise, I did stitch. In the evenings, I would stitch. And so I did get some stitching done there. But let's get started. The last time I talked to you was on April the 10th. And yes, I have some fully finished projects that I want to share with you. And let me move that out of the way. I don't need that. The first one I want to show you is I got my August cottage done, and it's all ready. So when August comes, I can put that up. So that one's ready to go. And I have my magnets on the back, so I can just put that up. And I put a little pocket on the back of each one of mine, and it tells me when I started it, when I finished it, fully finished it, and I have that on each one of my projects. So that one there is fully finished. And then, if you remember, I'm doing my Stitchy stars, and that one is now finished. Fully finished. And I can hang it up. It's ready to go. And then my Country Bloomers, it's done. I have it hanging up, and I can't reach it to hold it up here to show you how it's fully finished. So I will take a picture of that and I will post it right here so you can see what it looks like. And then another thing that I finished, oh heavens to Betsy, where did I put them? Oh, here they are. My ornaments that I had finished. I told you, I think I had showed you this one that I had finished. So that one got done. And these are from the office that my son had given me. I love Pretzel Day. So that one's done. Be able to hang that one up. And the last one from there is World's Best Boss. So that one will be ready to hang up. And then the last one, I had finished this one a long time ago and I had just never got it mounted. But I've got my little train. So that one's ready to be hung. So those are all completed, ready to go. All right, what have I been working on since April 10th? Let's see. The first one that I have been working on is my Virtuous woman. And there's a picture of where I was before. And this was a whip go, so I got to work on it quite a while. But here's where I'm at now. So there we go. And then Virtuous Woman, that came from a magazine, a leisure arts magazine. I couldn't find out what year, but it came from a magazine. Okay, and then the next one that I worked on was my Isaiah 4031. So you know I'm doing this for a friend. And that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And it's a leisure arts project. And there's where I was before. And here is where I'm at now. I worked on this last time. Trying to think. The last time I think I focused in on this wing right here. That's where I was working on. That's really all I've got is that wing, and then go down and do the head and the bottom part. So it's getting closer. It's coming along. It's coming. We're getting there. We are getting there. The next one causing me grief today. Must know that when I get done, I have to leave with my husband to go somewheres. Must know that I'm trying to put things away. The next one is my praying hands. And I'm not sure, I was trying to find out where this came from or who put it out. And DIY kit. Down here it's got some, I don't know what it says. So I'm not sure who put this out. But if you would just put in praying hands if you're interested in it. But there's that one. And here's a picture of where I was before. It's my big Well, it's the only one I have on a stand. And here is where I'm at now. And I've been working, right in here is where I'm working. As you can see, I still have my thread. So I'm working in here on these hands. That's where I'm working at. And then I showed you the ornaments that I had finished, and I started on another ornament, and I mean I just started on another ornament, and it's going to be the little snowman. That's the one I'm going to be starting on. And I don't have any starting picture because that's all I got done. So hopefully the next time we talk, I'll have a lot more done on him. All right. Now moving on. My Summer ABC. I love this one. That's what it will look like when I'm done. Oh, that nail looks terrible. Here's a picture of what it will look like. And here I am. Oh dear, dropped the wrong side. That wasn't good. Here I am. I'm on the letter P. Picnics. So that's where I'm at on that. And this is May, and I've told you before that in my June cottage, in my cottages, all I have left to do is June, July, and December. And I said, I don't think I'll get June done. Well, guess what? June is done. Now, just to get it finished, I'm going to give it to my friend Sunday. I'm not going to put pressure, but we'll see if she can get it fully finished for me by the beginning of June. But we'll see, but it is done. And all I don't have on there, you can send me a message. Tell me what you think. What I really am supposed to do is put some ants on here. And I'm supposed to use French knots. Well, this lady cannot do French knots that look good. I just cannot do French knots. So I was at Hobby Lobby this past week, and I found, let me open, oh, and they go flying. I found, I don't know if I can hold it up there or not, these little ladybugs. And I'm thinking about maybe either leaving it or just putting a ladybug on it. They're sticky on the back, but I think I'd have to add a dab of glue to make them stay. Tell me what you think. Personally, I think it looks fine without anything. But I'd love to see your comments. But it's done, but I did buy a piece of red checkered material that I will use for the background. I thought that would bring it out. So I'm going to give that to her. We'll see. So that one is done. I finished that while we were on our cruise. That's one I did finish. And another thing, the next one I finished on the cruise is my Patriotic Tiny Town. That one's finished. Completely finished. Now, she doesn't have my other one back to me yet, but this one is completely finished. So I may give her this one too, so she can do both of them at the same time. But there we go. That one is finished. So there we go. I'm quite pleased with that. And then in May, and while I was in the airport and on the airplane, whatever, my Stitchy stars that you saw I completed, I've been working on my fall. And I think I have a picture of where I was. If I do, I'll put that in. But there we go. So that's where I'm at on my fall one. That won't take me too much longer to finish up on that one. I'm excited about that. Whoops. Oh, dropped everything. So, and that's put out by Lori Holt, Bee in My Bonnet. That's who puts that one out. And then I've worked just a little bit on my Silver Creek Christmas list. And there's where I was before. And here is where I'm at now. I got the word mistletoe finished, and I started on candy. I think it's, oh, candles. I'm sorry. Candles glowing. This will be mistletoe here, and there's a candle that goes over there. So that's what I'll be working on next. So that's what I've been working on in the month of May. And then I told you that I am not a love for samplers, but I wanted to try one. So I did. I found this one. I've had this one for a long time, and I have a few others, and I may. And I found this one, and this came out of a Cross Stitch and Country Craft magazine from 1992. So I thought, well, this is a simple one. This will be a good one to start with. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And that's where I'm at. I love those colors. But that's where I'm at. So I just started on that a little bit. Just got started on it. And then the last one, the last one that I've worked on, and I'm still working on this one, and I think I do have a picture of where I started, is my auction. And it's my whip go going on right now. And so this is where I'm at. I've been working over here, and I'm trying to just kind of fill things in as I go. So that's where I'm at. So then I'll continue working on these in the month of June, and then, or month of May, and then starting in June. And as you know, I start a new one each month. And the month of June, my new one will be this one. So there, and I haven't got this into a bag yet, and I will put it in one, but there's, look at it, I don't know if that's all of them yet, but I do have all my threads now for it. That's majority of them. That's the majority of my threads. So, we will see. We will see. And then I did go to Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I picked up a few things that I needed. And a couple of the things that I did pick up, I picked up these two of these little boxes. And what I use those boxes for, when I make my cards, I sort them by what, whether they're sympathy cards, a thinking of you card, for a man or for whatever. And so, and I have them labeled, like this is for ladies, a ladies card. So when they get full, then I'm getting full on a couple of them. So I had to buy me 2 more boxes. That's one thing I bought. I bought me some glue sticks, and I bought me some magnets that I needed for my pieces that I magnetize. I had to get me some magnets, and got me a piece of material I needed. I like the 14 count toast, so I bought that. And then this piece I've had finished since July of last year, I believe it is. So I said, it's time to get this fully finished. So I went and I got me a piece of material that I can put behind it. I just think that brings that blue out beautifully. And I couldn't find a piece of wood. I couldn't figure out exactly what I was going to do with it. Well, lo and behold, if I didn't just go to Walmart last night and had to go get groceries. Come on, fold over. It's not folded perfect, but it'll fit in there just fine with that piece of blue behind it. It'll fit in there, and then I think I'll just stand it up in a little stand. Just have it in one of my windows. So I've got that ready to go. So that's ready. And then I'm going to place an order to 123 Stitch either today or one of the days coming. We are going to go camping this weekend. So, but as soon as I can, I'm going to place an order to 123 Stitch to get my next Tiny Town, my next ABC before fall. I'll get it. And my December Cottage. Those are 3 that I need to get so I can keep going. So, next, let's look at some cards that I have worked on. So here's one of my cards that I did. Here's one of my Mint Man, a card for a gentleman. Says always. And I like that one. Says simple pleasures are life's greatest treasures. And this one, if fall's coming, just a note, very simple one. Fall's coming. And here's another fall one. says, we pause to thank the Lord above for family, friends who give us love. And the last one, back around to spring again, or summer, says just a note. So those are the cards that I've been working on. So anyways, and as you know, I've said before that I love making cards. And besides cross-stitching, making cards and sending cards, those are probably my two favorite things. And then I like to quilt. So that's what I like to do. So anyways, thank you for spending some time with me, my projects, my haul. Please share it with your friends. And I hope that you will stay around for my reading today. And if not, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. But here we go, our reading for today. Fear no evil. The world today anymore just has so many things going on, so I thought this was very appropriate. Fear no evil. God, because of you, I have nothing to fear. Evil itself cannot harm me. Sin is unable to take hold of me. I wonder if I believe this. To be honest, I hope to never test it, considering how terrifying and unexpected sound in the dark can be. I expect I'd experience my fair share of quaking and trembling if confronted with evil. But you know this, don't you? That is why you gave the reassurance of your word. I will become afraid, but I don't have to stay there. Evil is nothing to you, so I will not fear, for you are always with me. Do you know that you have nothing to fear? Because God is with you. Isn't that wonderful? Well, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. And I'd like to be back, well, within the next week. Might as well not say 2 or 3 weeks, because it's always 4 weeks. And because if I do, I'll really shock you, won't I? But anyways, you have a wonderful month, and just keep right on stitching. And so stay cool and keep on stitching. Bye-bye.